everyone, and welcome back to City Homestead Project. I'm Rebecca and I'm here to show you how to turn your land into food. Today it's a wintry day in January and I am planting my garden. Now I did a garden last year, so why do I need to plan something again? Well, in case you missed my last video, I made some mistakes along the way. I maybe put some plants where I wouldn't have chosen to put them if I had really thought it through. So today I'm just outlining how I want my garden to look for this coming season. I'm ordering seeds and I'm taking stock of what I already have. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Visit my blog at cityhomesteadproject.com and share this out with your friends if you think they'll find it useful. I hope to inspire you to turn your land into food, to make plans this year to have a garden, to go one step further than you did last year in terms of growing your own food and feeding yourself and your family. Keep watching and I'll talk you through what I do to plan out my garden. So the first thing I do before doing any planning is I take stock of what I already have. And what I already have is quite a bit. It's not going to meet all my needs, but it will meet a lot of them. So I have all these seeds from last season where I just didn't use all of them, or maybe they were for a winter garden and I only needed some because I wasn't going to plant multiple beds. So, you know, I have things like carrot, I have kale, I have thyme. I have a lot to get started for a garden, but I made a list of all of that and I wrote it all down. The next thing I did is I planned out, what do I actually want to eat this year? What do I want to harvest out of the garden, either to put fresh on the table or to preserve for the coming winter months ahead? And I determined that I want to make pasta sauce, I want to make salsa, I want to make Italian seasoning. That's my favorite blend, is Italian seasoning. So I want to grow all of the herbs that I can then dry to make Italian seasoning. I want to grow more potatoes, more sweet potatoes. I like eggplant, butternut squash, delicata squash, broccoli, cucumber, beans, and watermelon. So I need to order those. And I also need to order some beneficial plants that will help ward off pests. So things like marigold, nasturtium flowers, and I think that's it for now. Some other things that I plan to get this year that I'm going to order online are an apple tree, a sour cherry tree, bay laurel, like for bay leaves. You can put it outside in the summer in a pot and then bring it in the winter in the zone that I'm in. And then I already mentioned the seed potatoes, beans, and cucumbers, so I'm going to order those things. Now I like to order through a catalog called Baker's Creek. They don't pay me to promote them, I just really like them. They have rare seeds, heirloom varieties, and they just have the most amazing produce. And I mean, honestly, a lot of what I order some standard produce that's like regular Roma tomatoes and things like that. But then some other things I order vegetables that we'll eat, but they just look really cool and really fun. In planning my garden, I also use this book I have, The Vegetable Gardener's Bible, and it talks about what to plant with each other, how to do succession planting, so like what was in one bed one season and what I should plant there the following season in order to get the most benefit out of the soil and put in the nutrients that it needs. So I refer to this a lot, and that helps me just plan out what I want to plant. So in my garden, I planned it out, I mapped it out. I have 10 regular full-size beds, like 8x2 or 8x3. I mean 8 by 2 feet or 8 by 3 feet, and then I have one smaller bed that's 4 by 2 feet. And in the biggest beds, the 8 by 3, I'm doing one with broccoli and cauliflower and one with potatoes and eggplant. In the regular size beds, which are 8 by 2 feet, I'm doing lettuce and radishes and bell peppers, butternut and delicata squash and nasturtium, watermelon and cucumber, tomatoes and marigold, tomatoes and hot peppers, strawberries and borage, summer squash and celery, and garlic. In the smaller bed, I'm doing beans, bush beans, I think, but I'm not sure which variety yet. And then at the entrance to the garden, I'll have a potted tree. I'm going to get a bay laurel tree so that I can get bay leaves. And I'm going to put something in the other pot at the entrance, but I'm not sure yet what yet. It might just be flowers. It might be edible flowers. We'll see. Along the fence this year, I'm doing sunflowers, which will be fun because the people in the alley walking by will be able to see the sunflowers peeking over the edge of the fence. I'm also going to plant the sweet potatoes in the ground this year instead of in the raised bed because they took over other plants in the raised beds. So this way the sweet potatoes will grow up the fence and just make a nice living wall there. I'm getting 2 new fruit trees this year, sour cherry and apple. I already have pawpaw, persimmon, and plum, which aren't producing yet, but we'll see. I have some berries already, and I have grapevines already, which I need to prune. And then I'm doing the herbs. Instead of putting lots of herbs in the raised beds, I'm going to make an herb garden that's just outside the back door of the house so that I can access them more easily. I'd really like to use more fresh herbs day to day and just be able to run out and grab them and not, it's not that far to the raised beds, but it's like a mental block to have to walk all the way to the garden, and as opposed to just going out your back door and cutting them real quick. I'm going to order some asparagus this year and plant it along the path in our backyard, and I'm going to order some rhubarb. Not sure where I'm going to put the rhubarb yet, but we'll find a spot. So that's my garden in a nutshell. I hope it works out. I hope things don't succumb to fungus or pests, but you know, I have to be on my toes to try and prevent against that. What do you plan to plant this year? Do you like to swap seeds with friends? Do you like to start your garden from seedlings? I know there are many ways to start a garden, and I'm curious to hear what your plans are. What do you do for success? What are you excited to eat this year that you grow? Share with me below in the comments, and I can't wait to see you next time at City Homestead Project.